Hi everyone, how are you doing? I want to show you this. No, I'm not turning into a game tutorial channel. This is still an AI channel, and I'm showing you this game because I made everything that you see on this screen and here on this video with AI. Everything in this game was created by AI. All the graphics, all the code, all the sound effects, and any pattern, anything that you can just imagine in this game is created with AI. Now, let me show you how. Okay, so there is this thing called LM Studio, and I have showed this to you before on my channel, and everything that you're gonna see in this video I have already shown on my channel, so you can find everything that you need. And if you have followed my tutorials before, and if you're subscribed, you probably already know all of these things. But if you're new to the channel, first of all, subscribe. Hi, how are you doing? Like and comment and whatever. But also, I am going to put every link into the description where you can actually get the workflows. If you prefer Discord, come to my Discord link. And if you prefer Patreon, come to my Patreon link. Everything is free and you can just download them free. It's all available for anyone that wants it. So LM Studio is this thing where you basically look at a ChatGPT type of surface. And here is what you see as a different thing compared to ChatGPT. At least the free version. I don't know if the paid version has this, but technically this is called a system prompt, and this is where you can explain to the model that you choose what its job is supposed to be. Like, for example, I'm explaining to this model that you're a professional game dev for HTML, CSS, JavaScript-based games. Your job is to improve the base the user gives to you and explain questions that may occur. I made it this way because I already have a base for the games. I was working on that after I made the first version, what you just saw, and I figured I already have a base, so might as well just make an easier system prompt so it doesn't get confused. For the first version of the game, I had a more difficult system prompt that actually explained to the AI that it needs to create a game that's based on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and it has to use the old MS-DOS type of 3D-like games like Doom, Wolfenstein, and other such type of games construction. So for that, the AI actually did a pretty good job. As you could see, that's how I just made the code. And after the code was made, obviously I got the first version of the game, which I'm gonna show you. So in the first version, I asked most of the things that I wanted, but I didn't explain what I exactly want. I just wanted to see if there is a possible way to me to walk around in a 3D-like world and have like enemies, but obviously the enemy is not attacking because I didn't input any risk and reward function into the game. And even the speed is like very slow. It's not because it's overwhelmed or anything. It just doesn't set up the speed yet for the space that I have, because this is a large space. And to get through this space, I need a faster speed, so I had to change that as well. To create the elements of the game, we have to come here to Conf.ui, a very familiar face for most of you guys who are here or for my channel. We are mostly working with Conf.ui on this channel for a lot of things, and this is not different. So I created a few game elements for this thing. So the demon face that you see, the pattern for the floor and the ceiling, they're all made with Conf.ui anime, like anima, sorry. And also here, our hero who's getting damaged continuously as I'm not shooting the demons. He is also made with anima. And I think all in together it's pretty good. What you see here, these brick patterns, they are actually made with code. The little gun thingy and the effect for the gun and kind of like the hovering effect and everything else was made with just code. The sound was made with code as well. So what you hear is also just code. It's a math-based type of code. I don't know if it's MIDI, because, you know, MIDI was created like a long time ago. I think it was probably in the 80s, not gonna lie. And I think MIDI was created for synthesizers. I think that was the 80s. I'm not like super sure, but I'm pretty sure it was the 80s. And if you have enough VRAM for it, for example, you can use like Flux 2 Klein 9. I like to refine things with this. Obviously, for a game like this, with these measurements, you don't necessarily need to refine things. But if there is something that you want to do later that needs some refinement, I can only just recommend Flux 2 Client 9b or even 4b if you only have enough for that. And the next phase is basically creating something that is connected to the Lego, because right now this whole Lego scandal is happening in the world, and it kind of gave me an idea. So I figured, what if I have a game where there is this really angry boss, like a thief who has a mustache, and let's say they just steal Legos, and I have to fight them, and the point of the game is me just throwing Lego bricks on them and they just explode. and then I went completely to the dark side, and I thought, hey, since I have all these sprites that are moving towards me, why not make something even cooler? And then I asked the AI to program me a Tesla coil. That is obviously battery packed. So what you see here, the battery 100%, it just means that it's just draining the Tesla coil. And as soon as you get rid of enough enemies, you can escape. So what the hell is a sprite? Well, it's not the drink. It's an image, sequence of images, right? So I made like a little video of our Lego figure, and I made like a little video where, why is this not playing? Made like a little video where like the Lego bricks are being thrown. Now, it doesn't matter that these videos are, slow motion, because if you think about it, we don't need a whole video. We just need some stuff. And to make these things move, we only need a few frames, because everything else is, as I have said, done by the game engine. So if the game engine knows what to do with the videos, then we only need those few frames. How do we get those few frames? Well, that's also super easy, because we have Comfy UI. So we can literally just load up like every 16th frame, resize them, so later on we don't have to deal with the resizing of the image, and then save them in individual images. And then we just kind of grab like 4 images out of these. Let's say this one, and then the next one where he moves his leg like that, and then when he moves his other leg, and then again when he moves his first leg. And after we save this, we load them up again in a sprite creator. So we load up the images with image load node, which everybody has. We do our resizing if we have to make them smaller to like 64 by 64 or 128 by 128. You don't have to do this. Basically, this is all you need. It's just 2 different size. This is an empty image. This shows our combination, what's the length and what's the height of the image. And this is what it's going to look like. It's a preview. And then these are the combining nodes for it. And this is super important. This is the InspireNet Remove Background Advanced. We have a normal version as well. I mean, this is like a 2024 node. So I'm pretty sure most of you guys have it, or maybe even have something better. I just like it because it's super easy and light. And also it does a really, really good, impressive job, especially on small images like these. So after we remove the backgrounds, we save them in a sequence of sprite image. This is one single image that is going to be divided by the game engine in 4 frames. And those 4 frames are going to be recombined in a motion. So that's what we see on the game. And I also have like a single image background remover, because if you think about it here, this part, that's just one single image. Like it's the way it holds the Lego. And then when I click the button to throw the Lego, it calls in the sprite for the throw. And when the hit happens, it calls in the sprite for the explosion. And before that, the little figurines, they are walking, so it calls in the sprite for the enemy, because I just named it enemy. It's just a little bit of 90s stuff mixed together with the modern age AI. And by the way, if someone wants to know, when we make the code, like it looks like this, like any other code, this is specifically HTML, but you can use Python or whatever other type of code that is possible to be done by the AI. I have three models here. This is kind of fun. It's a small model. This is a larger model, and Qwen 3.627b is the one that I made this code with because somehow it's just so much better for coding. It's crazy. So you can copy this HTML and you can go to Visual Studio Code or Notepad. Okay, so if you're gonna decide that you're gonna use Visual Studio Code, that's a great idea, and in it you just click File, New Text File, and paste in your code that you just copied from ML Studio. Now this is not saved yet, so you click File, Save As, and it's already going to understand that it's a HTML file. So I'm just gonna save it as testing 2 and save. And after I saved it, this icon appears in the top right corner. This is a integrated browser that Visual Studio has. So if you click on it, it will make the game appear. And then you can just test it. And as you can see, it does work. It's for me, it looks a little bit weirder than running it in a normal browser. But I think I also copied the wrong code, by the way. So regardless of that, at least it works. And you can actually test it, and it runs pretty well considering that it's just a integrated mini browser from VS Code. So if you want to run this from your file browser, it's gonna look weird. And it's just because the way it's built up. So it's better if you just kind of run a mini server from a virtual environment in Python, because that way the game is actually gonna call in every assets properly. This way it's not doing that. So it looks weird, and that's why it says missing, but otherwise it should work. So that's how I made the game, and if you liked it, please press the like. If you want to have any questions, drop a comment, and if you want to see more, please subscribe. All right, thanks so much. See you guys later.